utilize it to the best of our ability, right? We want you guys to pay attention. If you guys have any questions, hold them off until the very end of the presentation. All right, we want you guys to grasp as much knowledge as possible. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mike. Let's give him a round of applause. All right.
All right, guys, thank you for first off and foremost, thank you for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, you can take something away from tonight. It's not going to be like tell you what to eat type of thing. It's more, I'm going to teach you why stuff works. Okay. Okay, so here we go. All right, so the next slide. So those of you who don't know me, this is me about maybe 5 years ago.
He was huge.
Okay, I was about 300 pounds. I did play football and all that stuff, but after football, I wasn't really in good shape at all. My body was pretty beat up from football. I had no clue how to eat because we used to eat as much as we can when we played football. Like literally a whole pie after practice, stuff like that. So I had to break those habits that I've been doing for so long. And I saw a lot of my teammates come back years later, especially linemen like I was, and they were still overweight and heavy, and I did not want to be like that. So I pretty much just got on the internet and taught myself how to eat right. And I'm going to teach you guys what I taught myself pretty much, just from research and just looking at different things. And I've gotten better over the years. I've been able to keep it off for 5 years. It's a struggle every day for sure. I just watch my weight here and there. I'm not like crazy like I used to be, but I just kind of bounce back and forth between it. So this is me when I lost most of my weight about a year after. So that was about a year. I don't know if you guys can tell. That one was a little bit earlier. Like that was like maybe 6 months maybe. And then like these two are more like about the year pictures there. I don't know if you can see it good with the slide, but you get the point of it. And I kind of float around there now. So. All right, guys, so I'm going to ask you guys, what is healthy eating? Like, who knows, what is healthy eating? What do you guys consider healthy eating? You can raise your hand if you want to.
Don't be shy.
What's up, buddy?
What's healthy eating to you? What's a healthy food?
Come on, I got work tomorrow.
All right, guys, so there's a lot of misconceptions out there, okay? All right. There's a lot of things you can look at it like, but there's things you can, so there's one way you can eat for weight loss, okay, or eat for fat loss, okay? And another way is eating for internal health, so eating good quality foods for your body, all right, internally. I could lose weight if I ate McDonald's every day, if I only had 1,000 calories a day. I could do that. Is that healthy? No, not necessarily. But you could lose weight that way though, okay? And then the other way is both, right? Eating for fat loss and eating for quality, okay? And internal health. All right, so that's the most important way. That's what I will hope all of you will want to do after this, okay? I'm going to ask you guys another question. What diet is the best? I'm sure you've heard of these before. Keto, the low carb, military diet, vertical, carb cycling, whatever it is. There's no real answer. You can pick either route you want to pick and pretty much go with it, okay? But whatever fits you best. Okay, so I'm going to show you, what I believe is best in my approach to weight loss, okay? And here's my big 5 steps, okay? I'm sure you've heard some of these before and you say, oh, like that's BS and whatever, but the most important thing you can do, guys, is quality sleep, okay? There are studies done. I'll talk more in depth about it, okay? Proper hydration, calorie deficit, your macros, which we'll talk a lot about later. And then, your timing, which isn't the most important, but if you want to be really serious, the timing is important. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about right now is quality sleep. So there was actually a study done. People who sleep 7+ hours a night and people who slept 5.5 hours or less, they actually lost the same amount of weight over the 6-week period it was. But the people who slept 7+ lost more fat, like significantly more fat. All right, so, and they had the same exact meals, the same exact workouts. It was all the same, and the average was so much lower. So if you can do one thing that everybody can do starting tonight, well, maybe not if it's too late, but is get this, you know, and I struggle with this too, guys. As you guys see me, I'm up early, and I've been really focusing on this lately because I noticed that I've been falling off mostly because I've been really busy the last year, and this is why I've been falling off a little bit more, is because my sleep has changed. So I'm trying to get back to it. I'm at like 6.5, 7 right now, and I was at like 4.5, 5 for a while, and it took a toll on me, and I noticed it. So, you know, if you don't get quality sleep, it can decrease your expenditure, which is the amount of energy you can burn off in a whole entire day. Okay? It actually makes you more hungry, and it will promote retention of fat. Okay, so that's number one, sleep. It's huge, it's important. Don't overlook that. Don't say, no, I can do it without it. You can't. Okay? So if you want to start, that's the number one place to look. Okay? Quality sleep first. Okay? All right, really focus on it. All right, the next thing, proper hydration. Okay? Everybody talks about this, kind of one you want to roll your eyes at, but it's true. Okay? First of all, it's a suppressant for sure. The more water you drink, the less hungry you feel. At least they say, and studies shown it. I personally never felt that way, honestly. I'm still hungry when I'm drinking water. Doesn't really matter to me. But there are studies done, and it is proven over time. So, all right, exactly. It definitely, you know, removes waste from your body. And you know, when you start metabolizing fats, the number one place your body will go to is water first. It needs water to do that. So if you don't have water, you're not hydrated, you really can't burn fat. You're at you start off at a bad point and you're not going to burn fat. The most you would, right? You might burn fat, but not as much as you could, right? If you have more water, all right, the better it's going to be. People say you can overdose on water, but nobody's going to, so drink as much water as you possibly can. All right, I like to get up in the morning, drink a bottle, maybe 2 right away, all right, and then start your day, okay? And then you just go from there. I like to finish all my water really like a gallon by 12, 1 o'clock, and then after that, everything else is just, you know, gravy adding onto my water intake. Also, that way is better because then you don't have to drink at nighttime and going to sleep in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So it's very important, guys. And also, the more hydrated you are, the more your workouts will be efficient, okay? So if I'm fueled and my body's feeling good, I'm going to burn more calories in my workout. I'll have a better workout. I'll burn more calories, okay? So that's another point. All right, moving.
Flavor the water, Mike?
What happened?
Flavor the water?
I mean, you could, artificial sweeteners you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, true orange and true lemon, they're like little packets.
So, listen, it's not the end of the world, especially in terms that I was saying before, if your calories are like the McDonald's thing, it's not the end of the world, but at the end of the day, it's not that healthy internally for your body, okay? And that will take a toll on you long term. So right now it might be okay, but long term it won't be. I mean, you can do it if it helps you get by for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just lighten up on it a little bit, but you can do it. I recommend not doing it. Try and just go straight water, okay? Next one, guys, calorie deficit, okay? So everyone has a certain total daily energy expenditure, okay? So my job is to pretty much figure out a number of calories that you burn throughout the day, okay? Once I can figure that out, guys, I can create a plan for you, okay? At the end of the day, if you burn a certain amount of calories, right? Say it's 2,000 calories, whatever it is. Say it's 2,000 and you're eating 2,500, there's no way you're gonna lose fat. All right, it's physically impossible. Okay, so that's important. So if you don't know what that number is, all right, that's the first problem, okay? And then second, if you don't know the number of calories you're intaking, that's the next problem, okay? All right, so if you don't know that, guys, you're just guessing. Every day you're guessing, okay? And you might lose weight in the scale. It might happen here and there because you ate less, right? But then your muscle goes down and it's harder long term. Okay, so it's very important. Everybody that signed up for the challenge that we're doing, they'll get a personalized plan and then with the right numbers on there for each person, okay? So I have to do about 45 of those by Friday, Saturday, so I got a busy 2 days ahead of me, but I actually enjoy doing it. I get better as I do it, so I really like it, so. Yeah. Well, I hope I do yours first, so I'm not tired. All right, next one. Next one, guys, macros, okay? Who knows what macros are, guys? Anybody ever hear before? I'm sure you heard. Yes, no? You can speak up, guys.
Everyone's heard of it, right? Don't be shy.
Okay, so your macronutrients, okay, guys? your macronutrients are your carbs, proteins, and fats. Okay? Carbs have 4 calories per gram. Okay? Proteins have 4 calories per gram, and fats have 9 calories per gram. Okay? That's why fat, like, I don't know if you remember about 10 years ago, had a bad rep, okay, because there were so many calories per gram. But different fats are good in situations than other fats, and we'll go over that a little bit later as well. All right, how many macros should you eat? That's my job to figure out. All right, it's a little bit confusing, all right, but I can figure that out. You just got to match your food to it. Okay, so once you figure out how much macros you need, I'm going to show an example too. All right, it's pretty easy. All right, eventually, okay, it takes some time to learn it. You have to pretty much like mix and match foods that will fit your macros. Okay. Any questions on the macros, guys? We're good? You sure?
Don't be shy.
Speak up, guys. It's okay. No? All right. So next slide. Nutrient timing. In my opinion, it's not crazy important. It's more for like bodybuilders and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you want to be as successful as possible, you can time it up as well, okay? Carbs are important. Pre-workout, they're good for energy. Protein's great post-workout because it helps rebuild the process, okay, of muscle, all right? And then fats, you don't have to have them around your workout. You can have them later in the day. So say if you worked out like 7 a.m., all right, a good meal in the beginning, okay, will consist of some carbs, a lot of carbs, some protein, and at the end of the workout, more protein, a little less carbs, but still a good amount of carbs. You want to kind of get that around your workout. And the rest of the day, you focus on your protein, your fats pretty much. All right, but I'm going to figure all that stuff out for you guys so you don't have to worry about that too much. So the next slide I'm going to go over is pretty much called, it's called carb cycling, okay? Does anybody know what carb cycling is? Anybody ever hear of it before? All right, so one day is a high carb day, one day is a low carb day. I know some of you know because some of you have my meal plan, so. All right, so I know some of you know what it is. All right, so a high carb day is the days you work out, okay, the days you train. Because carbs are needed the days you train. They're needed for recovery and for energy. All right, so we kind of load them up those days, okay? And the other day is a low carb day. So the low carb days are obviously lower carbs. The protein usually stays consistent, and then the fat will change with the carbs, okay? So for example, all right, hopefully I'm not overwhelming some of you. For example, if I give you this, all right, it says meal 1, and it says pre-workout, okay? 50 grams of protein, 100 grams of, this is pretty much off of 2,000 calorie day. 50 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, okay? So I'm going to show you in the next slide how you figure that out. All right, MyFitnessPal, okay? So that app is great to track stuff down. Okay, you got to track every single thing you eat, guys. It's important, all right, because they all have different macros inside them, okay? So what we said on the last slide, and I'll show you in the previous slide, right, we want for meal 1, we want 50 grams of protein, we want 100 grams of carbs, and we want 5 grams of fat, okay? Now listen, guys, I can tell you 4 different meals to eat during the day that are 1,200 calories, and you'll lose weight, you'll lose fat for the time being. You would never be able to sustain that, okay? That's why I want to teach you this system, okay, of learning how to implement your macros, okay, so you can be successful forever, okay? That's what I taught myself, and now I'm going to teach you, okay? So anyway, so this is breakfast, the meal 1, okay? Like we said, it's 50 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs. Sorry, it is 50 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, okay? So right there, 2 scoops of whey protein. It doesn't have to be whey protein. It can be whatever you want, okay? This just works for this situation right here, okay? So my carb total is 100. Perfect, okay? It's spot on, okay? It can always be 5 up or 5 less, all right? Doesn't matter. You want to get around that area, though, okay? So adding up my apple, adding up my banana, adding up the oatmeal, the egg whites, and the protein, okay? I get 100 grams of carbs total. That's why this app is great, because it tracks it for you. Okay, you see it all in there, and it's free too. All right, the fat, 5, that's exactly what we wanted, and the protein, 47, a little bit short, which is completely fine. All right, 3 grams, guys, is not a big deal. All right, if you fall off 3 grams, it's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Okay, so a lot of you probably don't know this, but an apple and a banana right there is 65 grams of carbs. Okay, now yes, they're better carbs, but they're still carbs. okay? So that's like where you want to get your carbs from as much as possible, fruit and things like that. I have a food list too to show you. I can email it out to you. I have a whole big food list, okay? Some of you got it, they're in the challenge already. There's a whole food list of the best kinds to eat, okay? So that's meal 1, okay? Let's go back here and go to meal 2. So like say a post-workout, so 80 grams of protein, 60, so the protein's a little bit higher now, right? 60 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, okay? So let's see what we got down here. Can you guys read that or no, on the bottom? No? All right, well, do your best. So anyway, the carbs, guys, is 61, okay? The fat is 5, what we wanted, and the protein 78, what we wanted 80, okay? So that's perfect, right? It's that's right on mark, okay? Grilled chicken, right? 10 ounces, a cup of rice, okay? Plain Greek yogurt, broccoli, okay? Those all equal those macros perfect. And at the end of the day, you want to match up perfectly, okay? And the more you do this, guys, the better you're going to get at it, okay? Is anybody confused right now? Be honest. I'm going to help you guys out. It could be confusing. What's up, Christine? Tell me what you're confused at. So listen, this is what you got to do. You download this app, right? You start doing it now, tonight, okay?
What's the app?
MyFitnessPal. All right? You do trial and error, okay? You put certain stuff into it, right, to see if it can match that number you want to get. Okay? And if it doesn't, delete it, add something else, okay? If you have to add more protein, okay? Add some egg whites. You'll get used to that stuff as you go, guys, okay? It's not going to happen overnight, but once you learn this, it will be easy eventually, okay?
This is a big game changer for everyone. So if you could utilize this to its full potential, you guys are going to succeed with this, and you're going to carry it over as a lifestyle.
All right, so the next one, guys, a day you're not working out can be called a low carb day. All right, so obviously your carbs are lower and your fats are a little bit higher. All right, so we're going to go through this again now. Meal 1, 50 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fat. Okay, so go to MyFitnessPal, look at the breakfast here, right? Tablespoon of peanut butter. Yeah, just so you know, guys, peanut butter is great, and I eat it a lot, okay? But it is very high in calories, so just watch with that kind of stuff, okay? 1 tablespoon in a clear tablespoon of peanut butter is 100 calories, okay? So it's very easy to overeat that way. An apple, okay? An apple, egg whites, and 3 eggs, okay? Now listen, if you guys go back to, if I go back to the other slide, you see how I only put 1 whole egg, or I didn't put any whole eggs in there. I put no whole eggs in that meal, right? Because I have a low fat that day, okay? So I just had egg whites instead. That told me, I can't have a lot of fat today, let me just have egg whites today, okay? So this day, I could have fat, my fat's a little bit higher, I had 3 whole eggs. Right? I still have my egg whites for extra protein added onto it, but I had 3 whole eggs because I can, right? It's my higher fat day. My carbs got to go down. So there's got to be like a push and pull somewhere, okay? All right, so I had, so this one we had 20, it was supposed to be 25 carbs, we had 27, right on point, 22.5, 22 for the fat, and then the protein 45 is supposed to be 50. All right, so it's right on point. Don't go crazy trying to match it up completely equal. If you're down by 5 or up by 5, that's fine. What's up?
For dinner.
For dinner? No, well, this is just by meal.
We don't eat dinner.
You can eat whatever you... Guys, good question. You can eat whatever you want, guys, right? So this is just like, this is what you're going to get, right? You're going to have this for your meal 1, right? It could be the same kind of thing for meal 4 for dinner, right? All right, it could be the same kind of thing for meal 4. You got to match whatever you want into that, okay? It's not easy, right? You got to learn the system a little bit, but... Candace, I'm going to put you on the spot, but it took you a little time in the beginning, right? But now you kind of have it down, right? Where in the beginning you were like frustrated though, correct?
Yeah, very.
And then you got it, and now you know what to do, right?
And I did what you told me to try to plan the day before.
Exactly. So a big thing is like literally I used to sit in bed and plan out my next day, okay? All right, but it's dedication, guys. It takes time. It takes effort. There's no simple method to it. Okay? So if you take the time and you really, all the answers are here. So if you take the time and try to learn it, all right, and try to actively learn, all right, you will learn it. Okay? So let's go through meal 2, okay, just for an example. 50 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fat. These meals be consistent on the low carb days because there's no training. So there's no reason to worry about higher carbs or lower carbs around your workouts because there is no workout in these days. Okay? So this is like a dinner, Danny, right here. Okay? It's a lunch, but it could be dinner. It doesn't matter. Okay? It's the same thing. All right, flank steak, okay? That's one of the leaner of the steaks, but I could have steak this day instead of chicken. Why? Does anybody know the answer?
Protein.
Well, yeah, you need protein both days, but why?
Higher fat.
There's higher fats. So if I can have higher fats, I might as well. Okay? So I'll have some steak on these kind of days because my fats can be higher. Right? Steak has a little bit higher fat than chicken. Well, a lot depending on the steak. Okay? Also, olive oil, what is that? It's a fat. It's a great fat. Okay? All right, you want to have those. So I like to put it on my steak, so I put that in there. Okay? And guys, it's 40 calories, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, okay? So when you're cooking, all right, that stuff matters, okay? It does. I know you're pouring stuff on, all right? That's where it catches up to you guys. You don't realize it. I just had a salad, but yeah, you had about 3 tablespoons of oil, right? So it's not just a salad, okay? Does everybody understand that? Avocados too, guys. Avocados, they're very high in fat. They're very high in calories. Yes, they're healthy. Yes, they're natural. Yes, whatever, but they're very high in calories, very high in fat. So you have to watch that. You can't just have unlimited avocados, okay? What else? String beans. Oh yeah, another thing, guys. Vegetables, string beans. This stuff has carbs in it, okay? Vegetables have carbs in it, okay? So you count those too, all right? You count everything. All right, and then the last one, all right, rice, okay? Guys, brown rice, white rice, doesn't matter as long as your macros fit in here, okay? White rice is faster acting, brown rice is slower acting. So brown rice might be a better option on a non-training day. White rice might be great after a workout because it's faster acting. Is everybody clear with that?
What does that mean, faster acting?
So it hits the blood faster, okay? You're gonna get it to your muscles faster. That's all it is, and you'll digest it faster. Instead brown rice digests slower, okay? So like, it doesn't matter, like, brown rice, white rice, I never like worried about that ever, never had a problem, okay? What matters most out of that rice is how many carbs is in it, pretty much, okay? All right, my slide deleted before this, guys. I had more stuff, but it's all gone, so I can't show you anymore. I'm gonna try to go back to my computer really quick. In the meantime, guys, anybody have any questions? I wanna answer questions. I know there's gonna be a lot of questions because it's confusing, okay? So we're gonna do that in a second, okay?
On the days that you're working out, what's the time frame that you should be eating meals before and after?
Excuse me, Alexa?
On like the days that you're working out, what's the time frame that you should eat a meal before and after?
So I'm gonna put that in your meal plans, but before, it really all depends on how you are, okay? So you can go anywhere from like an hour and a half to about a half hour. I like to eat right before I work out, like literally right before. I can handle it, some people can't. And then after, you wanna try to get it in within at most like an hour, hour 15 after your workout, okay? So you're eating around it and you're fueling your body. You probably can't see this, guys, like well, but I'm just gonna run through it, okay? Your protein, no, it won't matter, John, I don't think, will it? Guys, so I'm gonna email this anyway, guys, but your protein, guys, there's a whole list there. Veggies and fruits, which are pretty much carbs, okay? They're really just carbs. Some of them have some protein in them, but they're really just carbs overall. Healthy carbs, right? And then like brown rice, white rice, oatmeal, sweet potato, quinoa, any kind of beans. And then your healthy fats, guys. Any kind of butter, well, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, any olive oil, avocado, nuts. But remember, guys, fats are very high in calories, okay? So just because it's a peanut or a cashew, it still has a lot of calories in them, okay? All right, don't be fooled by that, okay? Guys, whoever is doing the challenge, I'm gonna send out an email. You're all gonna get your customized macros, okay? And I'm gonna show a video too with that of how to help you guys match them up, okay? This method is a little bit hard to understand in the beginning, but if you work at it, guys, and I'm always here to answer questions, ask me questions, all right, you'll get better at it, okay? I promise, but you gotta give it a shot, okay? How long does it take to build a habit? Does anybody know how long it takes? What do you guys think?
21 days.
All right, 21 days is a good answer. That was in the old study, okay? But 66 days is the new study, okay? 66 days to build a habit. So guys, listen, you have one bad day, it's not a big deal, okay? Make up for it tomorrow. Stick this out for 66 days with a meal plan. Try to go through it, okay? And actually do it, okay? You mess up one day, big deal, doesn't matter, okay? All right, also another topic I wanna go over, how many meals should you eat a day? Does anybody know the right answer to this? Put the lights on. 6. Anybody else? 5?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay, guys, what matters at the end of the day is, what's the most important thing that matters? The most important? No. Well, yeah, macros kinda. What else?
Calorie intake.
Calorie intake, right? So if I have X amount of calories in one day, right, that's really what it is, right? It's all about your calorie intake, guys. Okay, but if any of that macro stuff is confusing you, don't worry, because oh, you have the list right there. Perfect. There you go. Came prepared. If any of that confuses you, don't worry. At the end of the day, if I said, Brian, eat 1,500 calories, eat that. Okay, 1,500. That's what matters the most. Okay.
All in one shot.
You eat it all in one shot. I do that all the time. I actually, guys, I do that. That's called fasting, right? I do that too sometimes. I eat one meal a day sometimes in the middle of the day. I do it. I eat a little something before I work out, and then after I work out, I eat one meal. It's a big meal. It's like 4,000 calories. It's hard to do, actually. And then I'm done.
I could master that.
All right, so that's my point. It doesn't matter how many times a day you eat. Okay, you can eat once a day, twice a day, whatever fits you better. Okay, fits you most. Okay, so if I'm going to give you guys 4 meals per day, because it's pretty common that people want to eat about 4 meals a day. Now, if you want to combine 2 meals together, like say if I had 30 grams of protein in both meals, have 60 in one. That's completely fine. All right, you could put it all into one meal if you want to. All right, I like to eat a lot at one time. So what I'll do is, if I know I'm going out to a nice dinner on Saturday night, I'll even fast all day on Friday. And then Saturday I'll eat my big meal.
He really does do that.
Right? Like I'll eat like a 10,000 calorie meal at a restaurant, and like I'll be okay. That's why I'm okay, because I gave it up the day before. Now that's not like the healthiest thing in the world to do, but it still works though. It does.
You think we should meal prep like
Yeah. So the meal prepping is huge because it's gonna force you to stick to plan. If you cooked meals on Sunday, you're not going to waste a lot of food. You're going to eat it, right? So that's why I think it's huge. Once you get good at measuring food, guys, like it takes a couple of weeks. All right, it's not going to happen overnight. Once you get good at it, it becomes second nature. I don't have to look at this stuff anymore. I can kind of just eyeball it out. All right, but like I was obviously there at one point.
Dad, what's your question?
Oh, caffeine.
Okay, so caffeine. So 1 cup is great. Okay, 2 cups is okay, 3 cups is bad. Okay, now listen, caffeine has to do with your sleep, which is the number one goal for fat loss, right? Your sleep. All right, try not to have caffeine close to your sleep. Okay, you might fall asleep easy because you crash, but your sleep quality diminishes. Does that make sense? All right, you won't get quality recovery. All right, because when you're sleeping, guys, your body's recovering. Okay, so try not to have it close to your sleep time. So I try, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrible at this too because I work long hours. I have my last cup about 3, 4 o'clock, like during the session. You guys always see me having it, right? A Starbucks, and then I'm done. I'm trying to actually go to 1 cup just in the morning. We'll see how it goes. That will increase my sleep, and that will increase my fat loss overall.
that's what I do.
All right, speaking of caffeine, alcohol, okay? Almost impossible to build muscle with alcohol, okay? It'll set you back, all right? So I didn't look at you on purpose. I just kind of looked that way. All right, so I did not mean that. All right, so guys, it sets you back, guys. It's
Why are you sleeping?
drink, yeah. Guys, it's very hard to progress with alcohol, okay? It's really hard to build muscle. You actually can't build muscle, all right, with alcohol, okay? So just, like, that's another thing, like, just in small doses, okay? Maybe once a month, right? Plan nights out, okay? Listen, maybe 1 drink, a glass of wine.
6 days you can have.
After 66 days. Maybe 1 drink, a drink or 2, that's fine, guys, but don't go crazy all the time. Okay? All right, listen, if you're in a challenge, guys, you're trying to win, I would not drink for 6 weeks. I would sleep 8 hours. That's 2 things that are in control, that you're in control of right now. Right? Do not drink for what is it? 6, how many days? What is that? 6 times? What is that? 42? 42 days, all right?
Don't ask me.
All right, and get 8 hours of sleep, okay? That's the number 1 thing you can do. And then what else can you do? The next easiest thing you can do. I'm trying to actually get a question here. What's the next thing you can do? It's very easy. Water. All right, I forgot about that one. Another one. Next step.
Meal prep or no?
Yeah, meal prep, calories. Right? Knock out all the macro. If the macro stuff confuses you, knock it out right now. Right? Calories. You're all going to get a calorie amount. If I say 1,500, 1,400, right? 2,000, whatever it is, eat 2,000. Exactly. Don't go under either. Don't go like 1,500 if it's 2,000. It's not gonna help you in the long run. I promise you it won't. Okay? Your body needs that, right? If I'm not getting all my calories in, I do not have adequate recovery, and then I can't perform good at my workouts. Okay? When you feel sloppy and like, sluggish, it's because you probably ate too much or too little, right? Your body needs that. Okay?
So how about the working out, like, the workout every day, basically, so then you can use the numbers. Like, how do you feel about, like,
So
in between?
that's why I always say, like at most 6 days, you know what I'm saying? So the low carb days, if you're gonna take a run, Brian, I know you do. If you're gonna run, count that as a low carb day. I'll explain that in the meal plan. If you're going like jogging, all right, count that as a low carb day. When you're strength training, you're burning most calories, so that's the day that you wanna do that, okay? Strength training, lifting weights, you burn most calories, so those days, high carb days. If you're going for a walk or a jog, low carb days. Okay, because you don't need that for recovery as much on those days. Okay? Any other questions, guys? Yeah.
How do you feel about supplements?
I mean, supplements are what they are, supplements, right? So they have to be supplementing what you're doing already. So knock all this stuff out first, and then you can worry about supplements after. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't take any vitamins or anything like that, so I really wouldn't know. I really don't take, I never took vitamins ever. I don't know why you never gave me vitamins, but I never got in that habit. But it worked out good. I grew big. So it was fine, I guess. The last one I took was the Flintstone gummy bear ones. Those. So that's all I know about that. I wouldn't be the guy to ask about that. I'm good friends with the pharmacist. I train the owner of the Franklin Square Pharmacy. I'll ask him about that stuff if you guys want to get back to you. But I really don't. I never did. So I just never did it. There's like supplement-wise, like whey protein, guys, is just protein, right? That's all it is. If you can get your protein in chicken, get it in chicken. If you can't and you need to fill it in, then you fill it in with the protein powder, okay? But go for the whole foods first because your body can break that down better. Okay, that makes sense.
They're more fun too, the regular food.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't do it as much anymore because I would rather just eat.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather eat. So, any other questions, guys?
Guys, just as a side note to add to what Mike just said, food is very important for the body. You got to replenish your body. It's super important to get those right nutrients into the body, especially after working out. You want to establish a relationship with food. It's super important. You don't want to constantly be saying to yourself, oh, you know what, is that going to be healthy for me to eat, or should I eat that, or should I eat that? Like Michael said, you want to stay, if you don't understand the macros, you want to stay within a calorie count. Establish that relationship with food. Food is not meant to harm us. Food is meant to actually lift us and to help us recover. Keep that in mind, all right?
All right, guys, yeah, the number one thing, guys, calories, okay? It's so easy, and that's why people don't believe it, really. It's so easy to do, it really is, but like, have you guys ever actually, for 6 weeks straight, ate an actual calorie amount? Have you ever actually tried that yet? No, but you want to know the quick fix answers and all that stuff. But try that first, trust me, and then you'll see, okay? And if it's all carbs, it's all carbs. That's fine, as long as the calories are in the same amount, okay?
Like Michael said, that My Fitness app, it's a game changer. If you guys could, experiment with it when you go home, really get to know it, familiarize yourself with it, we can promise you it's really going to change the way you work out, the way you look, it's going to change your image, and it's going to change overall how you feel. Because again, you're fueling your body with the right foods and you're more aware of what you're putting into your body. All right, so download that app. All right, follow what Michael said with you. If you guys have any questions, give him a text, shoot him an email. He'll be more than happy to help you out.
Remember, guys, I've been there, okay? I've been there, so I was in your shoes, all right? Still can't believe I'm actually talking about this topic to people because I was so far gone that way. All right. What's four big things you can do right away? Tell me right now.
Sleep, water, calories.
What else?
Meal prep.
Hydration.
Oh, hydration.
Hydration. Okay? That's 4 things you can do right now, right? Starting today. It's very easy. Well, actually, starting Friday when I give you your calorie amount. All right, guys? Guys, thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned some stuff, guys. Thank you.
What hydration is supposed to the same.
14th, yeah. Yeah, 14th.
No
Information? You have some good information on that?